Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my review for Lucha Underground Season 1, Episode 21. And this episode is called Uno, Dos, Tres. And this episode was taped on February 7th, 2015. And it aired on April 1st, 2015. And I'm just going to get right into the review. The episode opens up in Dario Cueto's office. And we see that he has new championship belts in there. I'll get into what that means in a second. But Big Rick walks in with these two other guys, and I'll get to who they were in a second as well. But Big Rick accuses Dario Cueto of putting a hit on him, sending the crew to attack him a few episodes ago. And Dario Cueto denies these accusations by saying that by asking Big Rick why he would send the crew to attack his top-paid fighter. So, Big Rick is about to have these two guys attack him, and he acts like he's going to stab him right in the eye with his cigar. But Dario Cueto talks his way out of it by telling Big Rick he was about to announce the unveiling of the new Lucha Underground Trios Championships, which is pretty exciting, actually. I like that. And he gives Big Rick a chance, and he lets Big Rick and his two other and the two other fighters that are with him be in the tournament. And obviously, Big Rick is happy about this. And Big Rick reaches out like he's going for a handshake, and Dario Cueto gives him like a little bit of a high five, and Big Rick's like, "No, you know what I want." And Dario Cueto pays him and Big Rick's two partners money. And now let's get into who Big Rick's two friends were. One of them was named Killshot, and the other one was named the Mac. Now, they said that the Mac was the cousin of Big Rick. I don't necessarily know if that's true or not in real life, because I know in Lucha Underground they do a lot of stories for the TV show purposes, so I don't necessarily know if that really is true. So yeah. But they announced that they're going to be a part of the tournament in the main event. And then we had the first match on the show. It was Helico versus Johnny Mundo. And this actually ended up being a pretty good match right here. I kind of expected it to be, but I expected that it was just going to be kind of like a little bit of an enhancement match that kind of put over Johnny Mundo. But both guys came out of this match looking really good. They both the beginning portion of this matchup was both guys kind of outdoing each other, and both guys getting the quick upper hands on each other. But eventually the match goes onto the floor, and there was a spot when Angelico tried to Irish Mundo into the guardrail, but Johnny Mundo caught himself onto the guardrail and kicked Angelico on the with an enziguri and hit the went for a dive, but Angelico moved out of the way, and Johnny Mundo caught himself again, and then he hit a springboard spin kick right onto Angelico, right off the guardrail. That looked extremely cool. And then he hit a running knee into the ring right onto Angelico. Angelico kicked out. Angelico hit a really cool head scissors takeover. He hit a really cool crossbody. He really showed that he could hang in this match as well. He had a really cool suicide dive on the outside. A really cool springboard crossbody. Johnny Mundo went for his finisher, the end of the world, but Angelico counted into a moonsault. And then eventually the finish comes when Angelico goes for a hurricanrana off the top turnbuckle onto Johnny Mundo. And Johnny Mundo counters into a powerbomb and hits the end of the world for the win. And Johnny Mundo wins the match. And that was pretty much the end of that. But overall, this was a pretty good match here. I'll give it 3.25. I thought it was a pretty good match. I thought both performers looked strong. And Hiligo didn't look weak by losing, and Johnny Mundo, I thought, looked really strong by winning. And then it cuts to this vignette of the I forget her name. Hold on, and I had it open, but of course I closed it because I didn't think I was gonna need that, but apparently did need it. So just give me a second. So it cuts to a vignette from the Black Lotus. Now we hadn't seen her since she had been kidnapped and introduced by that guy in the beginning of the episode. So this kind of gave us a little bit of information about that. She talked about how she wanted to kill the monster that was in that cage because she wanted to avenge her parents' deaths because this monster ended up killing her parents. But then I was stopped by an unknown masked luchador, and we find out this unknown masked luchador is named Al Dragon Azteca, and apparently he claims to be a descendant of the original Aztec tribes, and she said that she wants to avenge her. She still wants to kill the monster because she wants to avenge her parents' death because they were killed by this monster. So Al Dragon Azteca is going to help me train and prepare for this monster. And then the day is going to come when my training is complete and I'm ready to kill this monster. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing where this goes. I thought this was a very good vignette, and I'm actually looking forward to this. I would like to see series of vignettes of Al Dragon Azteca training the Black Lotus for this monster. And I kind of like that they're doing a storyline like this. You really wouldn't see a storyline done like this in any other wrestling company. And I think it works. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. And then backstage, we see Johnny Mundo meeting with Alberto El Patron. And Alberto El Patron congratulates Johnny Mundo on his victory. And Johnny Mundo then pretty much kind of acts like a smartass and asks Alberto El Patron, if you're just here in Lucha Underground to defeat opponents you've already beaten. And first, Alberto El Patron takes it seriously, but then Johnny Mundo says, relax, man, I'm just messing with you. And what I kind of liked about this backstage segment is they made it, they did reference that Johnny Mundo and Alberto El Patron have come into contact with each other, because obviously we know they have from their in WWE. So, because he talked about how he's really hasn't changed much since he's last seen him, so I did kind of like that they that Lucha Underground kind of touched on the fact that they've, encountered each other before. And Johnny Mundo pretty much says that Alberto El Patron is in Lucha Underground and I'm the face of Lucha Underground. And Alberto El Patron says, I am here. But he kind of says it in a way like he's going to take Johnny Mundo's spot. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing where this goes. I would like to see a match between Alberto El Patron and Johnny Mundo. I know we've seen it before, but I haven't really seen it in a while, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens there. And then we go back to Dario Cueto's office, and he's meeting with Sexy Star, and he wants to give her opportunities because he feels like she's deserved these opportunities. And she wanted to give her Pimpinella Estrada, Margarita Sagrado, whatever his name is, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, an opportunity to compete in the Lucha Underground Trios tournament that's going to be going on for the next 4 episodes. But since they're still injured, he's gonna give her an opportunity to team up with 2 other partners in the tournament. And we find out the 2 other partners are Superfly and Pentagon Jr. So that was kind of like an oddball team, and you kind of knew that was an oddball team when Pentagon Jr. was announced because of the destruction that Pentagon Jr. has done all season in Lucha Underground. So I was pretty excited about that. And then we had the next match. It was match 4 in the best of 5 series between Aerostar and Drago. This match was really damn good. I would definitely recommend it. Drago dominated actually the first portion of the matchup. He had a wicked super kick right off the bat. And what I liked about this match is you can kind of see that that both these superstars are starting to kind of change up their style since they've been in the ring with each other so often. Because normally in wrestling matches, when WWE has people face off thousands of times, they will do the same moves every time. And in Lucha Underground, I kind of like that they had Aerostar and Drago change up their style, because that makes sense. You would want to change up your style for an opponent that you faced off with thousands of times. That makes sense because they know every one of your moves. So Aerostar hit a really cool flip dive on the outside, a really cool springboard splash, and Drago hit some really cool moves himself. He got Arrows. Yeah, he put him. No, he got Aerostar in a really cool submission. He hit a drop kick right to the back of Aerostar, and that sent him right out to the floor. Drago hit a really cool Hurricanrana DDT. Aerostar hit a really cool springboard 450. But then eventually the finish comes when Drago hits a Hurricanrana DDT, and then he crosses. He locks Aerostar's hands and legs together and rolls them up, and Aerostar's unable to kick out, and Drago ends up getting the victory, and Drago wins. So now they're both tied 2 wins apiece. So the next match in the series, whoever wins will win the whole series. So I'm excited about that. I figured Drago would win, have one more match, and afterwards they shake hands in respect, but then they kind of have like a little bit of a face-off, kind of showing that this match is kind of starting to get in between them, and I kind of like that. You know, this is kind of a nice little feud that's come out of this best of 5 series. And then we had another backstage segment in Dario Cueto's office with Son of Havoc, Ivelisse, and Helico. Now, I did want to mention in the Johnny Mundo match, and Helico hit a really cool Razor's Edge buckle bomb into the corner on the Johnny Mundo. I wanted to make sure I mentioned that because I forgot to mention that because it looked really damn cool. But let me get into this backstage segment. Dario Cueto pretty much says that he really hasn't been impressed with all 3 of them since Lucha Underground has started. Talking about how Helico has lost a lot of his big matches. Son of Havoc may have just gotten a big win, but it was after months of losing, and Ivelisse was just recently dumped by Son of Havoc. So he doesn't think they really have much of a future together as singles stars. So he says that he's going to pair them up as a trio and go into the Lucha Underground Trios Championship tournament. And obviously, none of them are really happy about this, and that was pretty much the segment. I kind of like that they did this because it's kind of like one of those oddball teams and stuff, and I liked it. It was I thought it made sense. And then we had the main event. It was the first match in the Lucha Underground Trios Championship Tournament. Killshot. Let me make sure I get the names right. Big Rick, Killshot, and the Mac versus Sexy Star, Pentagon Jr., and Superfly. And Pentagon Jr. cuts a promo first to his master, talking about how even though you brought me these 2 jabronis, Sexy Star and Pentagon Jr. He didn't say jabronis, I'm just saying that word. I'm going to win the Trios Tag Team Championships all by myself. Pentagon Jr. starts the match with the Mac, and Pentagon Jr. dominates the beginning portions of the matchup, hitting a super kick on the Mac, and hitting really cool chop right to the chest, and the Mac hit a really cool running shoulder tackle, and eventually Pentagon Jr. is able to get the upper hand again. He teases like he does do that submission hold where he breaks his opponent's arm like he's been doing in his matches lately. But the Mac's able to fight out of it, and Killshot tags in, and Superfly ends up tagging himself in, and Superfly and Slingshot go at it, and Slingshot hits some really cool high, fast-paced moves. Slingshot, I thought, not Slingshot, sorry, Killshot. That's gonna mess me up too. I'm gonna want to say Slingshot, but it's Killshot. Killshot hit some really cool moves. He had a really cool head scissors takeover, really cool super kick. Superfly hit a really cool missile drop kick, and then Big Rick ends up breaking up a pinfall when Killshot it goes to pin. When Superfly pin Killshot. And one thing I gotta mention too is with these trios tag team championship belts, I'm guessing it's gonna be Lucha rules where tags really don't matter. The two legal people in the ring are going to be the legal men in the match, or the legal people in the match. So that makes sense. Big Rick though cleans house. He ends up taking out Killshot, and he ends up taking out Pentagon Jr. and Superfly, and he ends up picking up Sexy Star in a gorilla position and tossing her outside the ring. And before that, the Mac and Killshot hit a double dives on the outside. Big Rick teased like he was going to do a dive, but instead, Sexy Star hit a crossbody right under Big Rick. And then the match pretty much spills into chaos. I'm just going to kind of break down this match move for move. The Mac hit a really cool drop kick right into the corner. Pentagon Jr. hit a really cool super kick a ton of times on everybody. A really cool suicide dive on the outside. A really cool suplex into like a Michinoku driver onto, I believe it was Killshot. And then Killshot hit a really cool rolling stunner into right onto Superfly. That looked awesome. And Big Rick hit a Uranagi into a one-handed Uranagi into a spine buster onto Superfly. But then eventually the finish comes when the Mac hits a hits a brain buster into a and then Killshot ends up hitting a double stomp onto Superfly for the win. I figured Superfly would take the fall in the match since he's really not much of a factor in Lucha Underground. I figured Pentagon Jr., since he's been pushed really hard, really would eat the fall, and Sexy Stars kind of like big stars, and Lucha Underground. Superfly is kind of like the lowest of the lows out of everybody. And I figured because Pentagon Jr., Sexy Star, and Superfly were kind of the dysfunctional team, that they would have the Mac, Big Rick, and Killshot win, so I thought that made sense. And afterwards, Pentagon Jr. tries to break the arm of Superfly, but Sexy Star runs into the ring and makes the save, and Pentagon Jr. Pentagon Jr. stands in the ring, and Sexy Star and Superfly take off. But Pentagon Jr. and Sexy Star look at each other like that's going to start a new rivalry, which I figure is what was going to come out of this match, was we were going to get a feud between Pentagon Jr. and Sexy Star, which I'm looking forward to that, actually. I think that could be really good. And I'm looking forward to watching the rest of the Lucha Underground Trios Championship Tournament. If I had to rate this match, I thought it was really good. I'll give it a 3.5 stars. I really liked it. And overall, I thought this was a really good episode of Lucha Underground. It set up the tournament. We got the 4th match in the best of 5 series between Drago and Aerostar. And I liked the Johnny Mundo and Helico match. The main focus, though, was the Lucha Underground Championship Tournament. I even liked the startings of the feud between Alberto El Patron and Johnny Mundo. And that we got something as a follow-up to the Black Lotus storyline. So I liked this episode of Lucha Underground. It was really good. Had some good matches on it as well. So that's pretty much my review. If I had to rate this episode, I'll give it 7.5. I'll give it a C+. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell so that way every time we upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. Make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM brothers and the one that's talking to YouTube channels. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.